Yo, what's good, everybody? It's your boy Steph from the Hot Moving Podcast. Trigger warning. I mean, people aren't going to like this, but we're going to talk about Klay Thompson. And of course, I follow NBA Central on Twitter or X, and they brought this stat up about Klay Thompson. Over the last 6 games, averaging 11 points, 30% from the field goal, and 28% from three-point shooting. Man, yo, look, man, Klay Thompson was a great shooter. Maybe he still can be a great shooter, but I mean, we got to really look at Klay Thompson. I mean, everybody always talk about the Splash Brothers, and Klay Thompson had that one quarter a few years ago where he dropped like 41, and everybody talks about that Game 6 in the 2016 Western Conference Finals where he went nuclear or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, and most people know this already, but Klay Thompson benefits from playing along with Steph Curry. Klay Thompson doesn't have a lot in his tool set. I mean, he's really just a spot-up shooter. Early in his career, he could somewhat put it on the floor and take it to the rack, but he doesn't do that anymore, right? Obviously, he got injured in 2019 in that finals, and he hasn't been right. He got injured again, so he's missed a couple seasons here and there. And is Klay Thompson one of the greatest shooters of all time? Yeah, sure. And that's about it. I think Klay Thompson going forward, years from now, will be forgotten in NBA history, in my opinion. Look, I don't want to take anything away from Klay Thompson. However, and I think most people knew that, everybody always I think people were always curious on how good is Klay Thompson if he was by himself, right? If you look at the Golden State Warriors, all these guys outside of Steph really couldn't go nowhere and lead a team, right? If Klay Thompson never re-signed with the Warriors, who would pick him up? And would the franchise be leaning on Klay Thompson to carry them? Carry them like a LeBron, you know what I'm saying? No, hell no. And no more injury excuses for Klay Thompson anymore. Okay, he came back in 2022. By the time the finals came, he was starting to get the full swing of himself. Okay, and since then, just not good, in my opinion. He's an average player. I mean, you see Steph Curry at 35 going on 36, still hooping, still being one of the top leading scorers in the NBA. You know what I'm saying? Steph goes down, Dre goes down, and he had that game against OKC. Not good. He can't shoot no more, don't really rebound no more. What is Klay's value? The Warriors always, they want to keep Draymond for his value. What value is that besides getting thrown out of games and being a brute? You know what I'm saying? I mean, look, they're paying Klay Thompson this year $43 million. He'll be an unrestricted free agent. The Warriors, in my opinion, are not re-signing Klay Thompson unless he comes back for a league minimum. And then any other team out there will be stupid to sign Klay Thompson to some type of max contract, in my opinion. Listen, I respect Klay Thompson with Steph Curry, right? Klay Thompson has been one of the ultimate role players / partners in crime in these championship runs. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, for this season though, terrible. I mean, his game has just regressed, but his game has always just been a shooter, and I think the game has surpassed Klay Thompson, in my opinion. There's a lot of guys who can spot up and shoot now, the three, and shoot it better than Klay, in my opinion. This ain't good, man. The Warriors spent a lot of money on Klay Thompson. In my honest opinion, if you want my real take on Klay Thompson, I think he's slightly overrated. And I've always thought that, not just this season. I just thought that even in those years they're winning championships, I mean, he had the benefit of Steph Curry being the point guard, handling the rock, always causing ball move, always being on the move, right? Teams always got to look out for where's Steph. And Klay was able to feast. Now, credit to Klay for knocking the shots down and being a great shooter. I'll give him being a great shooter. Yeah. But that's about it, though. I think, listen, Klay's not even, of course, he's not a top 75 player. I mean, if you look at the Bulls with Pippen is considered a top 75 player. If you look at the anniversary list, right? I'm sorry, guys. Forgive me. Let me expand this a little more. You know, if you look at the top 75 list, I mean, Klay Thompson is nowhere near on this list, right? A guy with, you know, this list was created in 2021. So at the time, the Warriors had, you know, 3 championships, you know what I'm saying? And he's nowhere near on this list at all. You know, all that spot up shooting, all that, you know, jump shotting, all that stuff, man, not on there. Not on there. You know, there's guys on this list with no championships, and Klay's not on there. Klay's overrated, in my opinion, man. I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to say it. I know it's gonna trigger some people. You know, I know Warrior fans love Klay Thompson, and you should love Klay Thompson. You know, he's a massive contributor. You know, but now we're seeing the real Klay Thompson. I don't want to hear excuses about injuries and stuff like that. He's not that good without Steph Curry, and that's simple as that. You know, I know when Klay was, you know, before he resigned his contract, you know, would teams trade for Klay? Should the Warriors trade Klay? You know, at this point, who would want to trade for Klay Thompson? You know, not good, man. Shouldn't do it. Klay ain't that dude, man. I'm sorry, man. You know, we'll see when Steph gets back if he's able to, you know, up these numbers. But this is who Klay Thompson is, man. And he's digressed in a horrible way. So anyways, guys, thanks for listening. Please like, subscribe. I'm out.